think that pork chops and karate chops were the same thing. I thought they were both pork chops. And because my grandmother thought it was cute, and because they were my favorite, she let me keep doing it. Not really a big deal. One day, before I knew fat kids weren't designed to climb trees, I fell out of a tree and bruised the right side of my body. I didn't want to tell my grandmother because I knew I'd get in trouble for playing somewhere I shouldn't have been. A few days later, my gym teacher noticed the bruise and I was sent to the principal's office. From there, I was sent to another small room with a really nice lady who asked me all kinds of questions about my life at home. I had no reason to lie. As far as I knew, life was pretty good. I told her whenever I'm sad, my grandmother gives me karate chops. This led to a full-scale investigation. I was removed from the house for 3 days until they finally decided to ask me how I got the bruise. News of this silly little story quickly spread through the school, and I earned my first nickname, Pork Chop. To this day, I hate pork chops. I wasn't the only kid who grew up this way, surrounded by that rhyme about sticks and stones. As if broken bones hurt more than names we all called them all. So we grew up believing no one would fall in love with us. That we'll be lonely forever. That we'll never meet someone who would make us feel like the sun was something they built for us in their tool shed. So broken heartstrings fled the blues as we try to empty ourselves so we'll feel nothing. Don't tell me that hurts less than a broken bone. That ingrown life is something that surgeons can cut away and it won't metastasize, it does. She was 3 years old. First day of grade 3 when she got called ugly. We both moved to the back of the class with staff getting bombarded by spitballs. But the school halls were a battleground. We found ourselves outnumbered day after wretched day. We used to see outside recess because outside was worse. Outside we'd have to rehearse running away or staying still like statues, giving no clues to we were there. And in grade 5, they taped a sign to her desk that read, "Beware of dog." To this day, despite her loving husband, she does not think she is beautiful. Because of a birthmark that takes up little than less than half her face. Kids used to say she looked like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase, but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's trying to raise 2 kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin. Because she's always been amazing. He was a broken branch, grafted onto a different family tree. Adopted. Not because his parents opted for a different destiny. He was 3 years old when he became a mixture of 1 part left alone and 2 parts tragedy. Had her personality made of tests and pills. Layla, the uphills were mountains and the downhills were cliffs. 4/5 suicidal. A wave of antidepressants. And an adolescence being called pauper. 1 part because of the pills, 99 parts because of the cruelty. He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who still had a mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, "Get over it." As if depression can be remedied from anything found in the contents of a first aid kit. To this day, he's a stick of TNT lit from both ends. I can describe to you in detail the way the sky bends in the moments it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were, "Hey stupid," "Hey spaz." Seems like each school and ISO of names is getting outdated. And if a child breaks in the school and no one chooses to hear, do they make a sound? Are they just background noise from a soundtrack stuck on repeat when people say things like kids can be cruel? Every school is a big top circus tent. And the pecking order goes from acrobats to lion tamers to clowns to carnies. Among what we were freaks. Lobster-clawed boys and bearded ladies, oddities struggling with depression, trying to kiss them with the parts of ourselves and heal. But at night, while others slept, we would walk the tightrope. It was practice, and yes, some of us fell. But all of this is just a breed. Watch when we finally smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get up your mirror, look a little closer, stare a little longer. Because there's something inside you that made you keep trying. Despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart and you signed it yourself. They were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they decided to pick you last for basketball or everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show a tale, but no one you're told, because how can you hold your ground when everyone around you is trying to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were wrong. They have to be wrong. Why else would we be here? We grew up cheering on the underdog because we see ourselves in them. We grew up believing that we were not what we were called. We are not abandoned cars stalled out and sitting empty on some highway. And if some way we are, don't worry. Just got out to walk and get gas. We are graduating members of the class that we made it. Not the fading echoes of people crying out words who never heard me. Of course they did. But our lives forever continue and always will be a balancing act. That is less to do with pain and more to do with beauty.
All right.